Your birth control. Did you know that in most states, in the event of a child being born, the mother will get sole physical and legal custody just right off the bat? That means if you want to make any decision about your child or even see your child, you have to fight for it in court with a lawyer. Even if your name is on the birth certificate and you've proven that you're the real father, if you're not married, you are not entitled to custody. Ooh, but you're gonna pay that child support though. And a fun thing about child support is they don't need to use your actual income. They can use a magical system called potential income. That means they can go, oh, you make $40,000 a year, but your boss makes $70,000 a year. There's no reason you can't get to where your boss is being. So we're going to calculate your child support based off of the potential income of your boss's $70,000 salary, even though you only make $40,000. That's because thanks to Title 4D of the Social Security Act, the state gets a certain huge percentage of every payment of child support made. The state just has much more to gain from you being a non-custodial parent with no rights over your child and simply being a paycheck than the child being afforded the opportunity to have two equal parents with 50-50 custody. That's why if even down the line you find out that you were never the father, you're going to keep paying child support until they're 18. State's got to get the money from somebody. I got a whole lot more to say, but for now, fellas, be very careful out there. And if she tells you not to worry about the condom, worry about the condom. All right, sing.
Gentlemen, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day, and sorry to hit you with that really sobering TikTok here. It's very rare, moshing through the toxic swamp of TikTok, that you find somebody who's actually an advocate for men out there, as her name's literally the Dadvocate. Very rarely am I ever going to drop names of the creators. I get it sometimes comes up. But either way, I thought that this would be a good one to go over, and I'm gonna run that through again because she covered a lot of information here that would be beneficial for you to know, as somebody who should care about, should care about things like that. Anyways, do me a favor, hit the like button on your way in. Helps get this out to people other than Taylor's followers. But thank you for getting in here. Subscribe to the channel if you're liking my content, and hit the notification bell if you're super enjoying it, because I'll have videos for you every other day. Either way, let's get back to TikTok here and go through this.
Well, dudes, here's your birth control. Did you know that in most states, in the event of a child being born, the mother will get sole physical and legal custody just right off the bat? That means if you want to make any decision about your child or even see your child, you have to fight for it in court with a lawyer. Even if your name is...
Now, this is something that I'm sure that you all get, especially if you've been consuming the red pill for a while, but let's continue.
On the birth certificate and you've proven that you're the real father. If you're not married, you are not entitled to custody. Ooh, but you're gonna pay that child support though. And a fun thing about child support is they don't need to use your...
Darn. If you're not married.
Actual income. They can use a magical system called potential income.
Oh, what is this? Now this I've never heard about.
That means they can go, oh, you make $40,000 a year, but your boss makes $70,000 a year. There's no reason you can't get to where your boss is being. So we're going to calculate your child support based off of the potential income of your boss's $70,000 salary, even though you only make $40,000. That's because...
Okay, I need to stop. That makes no damn sense. I'm thankful that we're taking the minute to learn about this, but really is just a crooked system out here. Very few people actually climb to the top of the workplace career ladder, and the fact that this is a thing is absolutely insane. Maybe this is a good time for you all to be starting your side hustles, because who's to tell what exactly the CEO makes when you're the CEO? Just a little bit more information to put behind your ears. Let's continue.
Because thanks to Title 4D of the Social Security Act, the state gets a certain huge percentage of every payment of child support made. The state just has much more to gain from you being a non-custodial parent with no rights over your child and simply being a paycheck than the child being afforded the opportunity to have two equal parents with 50-50 custody. That's why if
Which I think anybody that's sane, any two people that are raising a child sanely would agree on. They'd want the best for their child.
even down the line you find out that you were never the father, you're going to keep paying child support until they're 18. State's got to get the money from somebody. I got a whole lot more to say, but for now, fellas, be very careful out there. And if she tells you not to worry about the condom, worry about the condom.
Oh man, that is another big tip. Raptor tip. Raptor tip if you don't have vasectomy there. Which we're going to talk about in the article. But yeah, I've heard about Vasogel, which is an upcoming non-permanent dam that's created so that floaters don't end up leaving the body, and that I'm rooting for. There's so many different versions of female birth control that it's really surprising when you meet a woman that isn't on any sort of birth control. But yeah, men definitely do need that as well. There's so many male rights that seem to be missing in this modern age. We're incredibly focused on females' rights, but let's get to the article. I'm not here to cry and sob. My husband got a vasectomy and it ruined our marriage. Wow. When we're pushed to do that instead of getting your tubes tied, or continuing to take birth control until you're menopausal. Let's read. Vasectomies are on the rise, no doubt because of Roe v. Wade. They're seen as an easier form of birth control, especially for married couples who are done having children. But lately, they're being pushed away as a way to balance abortion rights. Okay, that's not really balancing things, but anyways. Unfortunately, the information out there isn't as honest as it should be about the recovery or full efforts of this permanent decision. I agree. I know my ex-husband had a vasectomy, and 2 other family members that I know of had the procedure done and then got reversals. Men, here's the thing. This should be a permanent means to no longer having children, not a you want to shoot blanks and hope that you can reverse it in the future. It's gotta be honest. The physical and mental issues I witnessed led me to further research this easy procedure, and the results were far more complicated than the medical industry claims. Yeah, okay. Family planning. Anyways, how couples perceive family planning changes as we age. In my teens and early 20s, I had been taught that having children was cruel and bad for the planet. Oh my, they are definitely pushing that a lot in mainstream media, and well, I just don't agree. Despite loving children and having plenty of experience with them, I was convinced I should never have any. Thankfully, most doctors won't sterilize young women or men unless it's for serious health-related issues or they already have children. I went on to have 2 beautiful daughters, and I wasn't until they were born that I realized the idea of never having children never suited me. But the indoctrination still clung. Interesting choice of wordage in a female magazine. I committed to never having more than my 2 kids because my public school education drilled it into me that people who do so are selfish and wrong. When my husband offered to get a vasectomy, I honestly thought it was a good idea. It was gaining popularity and seemed like a viable option. So yeah, make the men do the heavy lifting. I see it all over the place with my father and most of the men I know. But anyway, that's just a bad double standard. What I didn't realize was that the problems that were already present in our union would be magnified by such a drastic physical change. I also didn't understand just how much even the prospect of having more children can mean for a marriage, whether it's fulfilled or not. No one plans for divorce or changing their mind, but we do. Once a man makes that permanent decision to cut off his life, giving resource to a woman, that permanence occurs. And then they put a little poll in the meantime. Yikes. This one's running long, but I think the headline says enough. Man has sex drive issues, lower attraction levels, and some serious long-term side effects. And I'm just briefly browsing for what exactly those are. But makes sense. I've heard that it's can be quite messy for guys when they try to reverse things. Yeah, if that's, if, as it says, I doubt the after effects of getting a vasectomy can singularly destroy a marriage, but it will not help couples who are already experiencing issues. That's true. But you pushed him to get it, so be resentful. Things don't work as they properly should. Yeah, this one's very long, just due to the interest of time. Unless this video gets quite some traction, I'm not going to go over it, but I do think it's necessary to talk about birth control methods for men, as quite frankly the media seems to paint it as something that's quite reversible and there's very little issues and blah blah, when there definitely are. And a vasectomy should not be done unless you are permanently sure that you are done having children. So keep that in mind in case you are in the mindset of wanting to have children in your life. All the power to you. Either way, the lesson of this is that, as I'm sure you're aware, family court is not friendly to men when it comes to paternity, and you heard it from her there. Protect your seed at all costs and opt for either condoms or vasectomy as the permanent solution, as even though women have so many more birth control methods, you're the one who unfairly will pay the price in case of the birth, assuming that you don't want it. Either way, gentlemen, thank you for listening. I've been babbling on for nearly 13 minutes here. Holy smokes. Thanks again for giving me your time and attention, and if you've had any experiences with vasectomies, definitely leave them in the comments, as that would be helpful for the men that peruse this channel or any other onlookers. Thank you for watching. As always, do your due diligence when it comes to protecting yourself, especially in the terms of paternity fraud. Bye for now.